when you meet someone, you just gotta tell the girl right away, you don't want to be in the friend zone. Don't start looking at houses if you don't know how much you can afford. God is gonna provide you abundantly. You're gonna have everything you need and da-da-da-da, and all you have to do is throw offering at church, right? Yeah, that's all you have to do.
It doesn't happen like that.
And then you have the other group of people who are just like, oh, I don't need money. Money is nothing. I'm just gonna stay focused on the Bible. Nothing else.
Which is wrong on our part.
Yeah, so it's to understand, and this is what I say, right? The Lord is never going to give us more than we can bear. That's all it's saying, all of that to say, that's how Storehouse came on our heart to do. And it's really just, we just want to educate people on finances and for it to not be a burden, or when you think about, how you spend your money, for you to be overwhelmed, right? But for you to have peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 3, and thanks to all our new subscribers on YouTube and on Facebook. I'm really grateful, all right? And also to our new viewers, please make sure you subscribe. Guess what? You know what? Let's do it now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, did you subscribe? Thank you for doing that. Friends, I am honored, all right, to have on this show our first female guest. Right? Our first female guest. You know what? Let me rephrase this. We are blessed. On this platform, we are blessed and highly favored. I'm delighted to have a realtor, a loan officer, a teacher, and a pro MC. She's from Jamaica. Welcome to all my Jamaicans, all right? She's a business-oriented lady, Proverbs 31 type of woman. She's a virtuous woman, and guess what? She's married to an amazing husband, and he's here to support her. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Miss Evita Lawrence. How are you, Miss Evita?
Wow. That was an intro.
Oh yeah.
I will humbly accept. Thank you very much.
You got it.
It's good to be here. It is good to be here and to be surrounded by wonderful people.
Okay.
Very highly talented, beautiful people. So thank you for inviting me. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of the SocialPath.
Oh yes. Welcome. All right. So Miss Evita, before we start, I want to know, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Who's Miss Evita?
Oh, every time I hear that question, I feel like I'm in a job interview.
No, feel free. This is SocialPath, all right?
Yeah, no.
Just relax. Let us know. Who's Miss Evita?
So who is Evita? I like to think of myself as easygoing, fun-loving, and just like chill. But I don't know if everybody else would think that.
What do you mean? When you say everybody else, what do you mean?
Just like my friends. They're probably like, you're type A.
Okay.
But yeah, so, I like to just think of myself as the type of person that I love to love. I love other people, and I like to give back. I like to learn, and whatever I learn, I like to share. So, sometimes that can be a little overwhelming for some people. So, just like everyone else, I'm growing and I'm learning to, share, but also just not be so intense with some people, but, to just share whatever I know. And that's, whatever God has given me, that's what I want to share with others.
Oh, wow.
Right. And
that's
just
good.
in the way that they can receive it also.
So what has God given you? I just want to know.
Oh, so much. So much. God has given me a wonderful husband.
Oh, yeah. Shout outs to him. He's
shout
right here.
Shout out to my husband. And a wonderful family. I am surrounded by people who are loving and kind. And so when I see other people who don't have that, I want to, share it with them as much as possible. But God has given me so much. Everybody has a gift. And a wise young person told me today that they learned in church that everyone has a gift.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
We all have talents.
Oh yeah.
So, I believe my talent is just learning and sharing, right? It's, some people have that one specific talent of singing or, doing something. My talent is I can just learn stuff and then I share it.
Wow,
and that's
good.
it. Like I can't keep my mouth shut once I know something. So I believe that's my talent. So that's what I learned. So that's why, you know, even when you were saying the intro, I'm like, man, it sounds like she sounds like a busybody, real estate agent, loan officer, teacher. Yeah, but it's just because when I learn something, I want to share it. So.
I mean, we're gonna delve into the real estate stuff, you know, the loan officer and all that. But growing up in Jamaica, how was it?
You know, it was wonderful. Looking back at it, it was great. Like I cherish those memories of growing up in Jamaica. The culture is so rich, and being surrounded by family and friends. You know, when I think about it, almost all my friends that I had, you know, when I was growing up in Jamaica, I have them now, and we've grown, and you know, we've gone into different places. We live in different countries, but we're still really good friends, and
still
connected, and there's just something about growing up with your friends, going to school, going to church, and just like growing. There's so much we learn, and I really saw our personalities being shaped even from when we were young. But you know, I'm grateful for the friends that I have and still have. So yeah, growing up in Jamaica was great though. I feel like it made you, and I think most Jamaicans will agree with me with this. In Jamaica, you have to be persistent because nobody's going to give you nothing.
Is it like aggressive? Is it why you guys talk, you know, very aggressive and all that?
I wouldn't say it's aggressive. I think it's confidence, right? So if in Jamaica, if you're gonna come, you have to come good. Oh, wow. You can't just be like, let me try a thing. No, you have to come good because there are other people Jamaicans are so talented, right? So if you're going to win a race in school, you got to be the best of the best to win. And we're also, Jamaicans are very proud and we're competitive. You know, we have a rich culture. Now, I'm saying this not to say that other cultures don't have that, but I'm Jamaican, so I can only speak about Jamaicans. Right? Yeah, so Jamaican. Most Jamaicans, we're very proud. We're proud of our culture. We are grateful for what God has given us. So we're proud of it. Yeah. And I think, you know, other cultures, they should be proud of their culture too.
That's true.
Yeah. So,
and also, a quick one. Can you tell us some experience you had, you know, back home in Jamaica? You know, you want to share with us something that you were like, oh my God, I'll never forget this.
There's so many experiences. Oh, there's so many experiences.
Just three.
There's so many. But okay, so I remember, so I grew up in Jamaica. So my closest sibling was my brother. Okay. Love my brother. Brother, you know who you are. But
how many siblings do you have?
So in total, I'm the fifth. Okay. So I'm not the youngest anymore, but I'm the fifth. Okay. I have a little sister. I love her dearest. I'm sure she'll be watching this at some point. But I'm the fifth or sixth. It depends. My family kind of, you know, grew after me and all of that. It's complicated. But just know I'm one of the youngest. So
okay, go ahead.
I don't know how to explain that, but most people in Jamaica, you understand, you know, you have your sister, that's your sister cousin type thing. So that's why I said there's 5 or 6 or 7 of us, depending on which family member you talk. The experience in Jamaica. So how do I say this? So in Jamaica, just going to school, right? So we would walk to school together in the morning. So I remember
that experience too.
Yeah, so we would walk to school together in the morning, and I remember I had my friend Kasan, and we would walk to school in the morning. She would she lived down the road from me. She'd walk up and we'd walk together to school. And it was good times. It was good times. But there was also, let me think about this. So there was also times where we had to just look out for each other. Okay. And just not being late for school, you have to run inside before the bell. So I went to a very nice primary school. So in Jamaica, it's called primary school. So there's we didn't call it kindergarten. What do we call it again? No, we didn't call it elementary. What did we call basic school?
Basic, okay.
Yeah, so there's basic school, primary school, high school, and college.
College,
right? So the primary school that I went to, my friend and I, we used to go there, and I remember one time, so we used to got beaten in Jamaica.
Wow. Oh yeah.
So they call it whooping, licks, What other people call it, I don't know, but we used to get beaten. And so in Jamaica,
and with what is it, like the rod is like
anything
a rod?
the teacher finds.
Oh wow.
So if it's a belt, it's a belt.
Belt?
If it's a,
Ooh.
yeah, if it's a belt, it's a belt. And those leather belts, those thick ones, yes. But so I wasn't necessarily a bad kid, but I would still, they would beat you if you get work wrong.
Wrong, yeah. When you come to school late.
Yeah, if you get to school late, you know, you have to be inside before the bell rings and all of that. But I remember an experience where, so what we would go to lunch, and on our way back, you know, the teacher would give us like a spelling test, right?
Oh, I didn't like that.
So that is not my strong point. My strong point is numbers, everyone. It has always been numbers. So I remember there was a time where, so we were, me and my friends, my friend did better on the spelling test than I did. And she knew, but so she was trying to help me out. But it wasn't working.
You were copying from her?
No, I wouldn't say it was copy. She was just trying to help me.
Okay.
So we go to lunch and we come back. So the teacher graded it. Now I already know. I don't think I maybe got one right.
Okay.
It was like 20 questions, and the teacher was like, "You get one slap for everyone you got wrong." And so I know I did not do well. So I was at the back of the line. So you all lined up.
Yeah.
And then she would look at your test, and then you get the number of licks. But I went, every time somebody came, I would go behind them. So I kept moving back. So
we'll finally get to you.
So then, everybody else is in the class, and it's my turn. And the teacher looked at me. She looked at the test. She looked at me. She was like, Evita.
What's going to happen?
And then she was just like, hold up to your hand. And I was like, oh man, like I didn't get beaten at home like that. I wasn't a bad kid. Well, not that bad. My brother really shielded me. But I could not take lick. So she was just like, hold up to your hand. And I was like, and then so she goes, she's just like, 1, 2, go inside. And I was just like, yes.
Oh, so you got everything right? You got 18?
No.
Okay.
I think I got 2 right.
Oh, wow.
She felt sorry for me. But I appreciated that teacher because of that, I tried harder. I did try harder. So by the time, I think that was like grade 4. But by the time, I leaned on my friends, and by the time I got to grade 6, this is one of those stories that I absolutely like. This is one of those stories that I believe helped to build my character, right? Okay. This is another story, and I'll make it as short as possible. Okay. But growing up in Jamaica, when I got to grade 6, I remember, so we had to take, by the time I got there, we took what's called GSAT.
Okay.
And so it's
GED? A GED?
Not quite, because this is primary school going to high school.
Oh, going to high school. Oh, so we call it a BEC. Okay, Basic Education Certificate Exams. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so you take that exam, and it determines which high school you go to. So before it was called Common Entrance, but that was in my era. I took it when it was called GSAT, and I think it's called PEP in Jamaica. Okay. So to cut the story even shorter, I remember, so my grade 6, so they start preparing you from grade 5.
5, yes.
So grade 5, we were prepping, and you got to choose the schools that you wanted to go to.
Oh, okay.
So at that point, I wanted to go to a school called Campion in Jamaica.
And is it like a boarding school? You had to sleep over?
No, it wasn't a boarding school. No. It wasn't a boarding school. It was just like one of those top schools. You had to get like a really high, average to get in there. And so I wanted to go. I think my first choice was Campion. My second choice was Arden High. I remember I picked schools, and so by that time, I think it was 6 schools or 5 schools you got to choose, and your teacher would choose 2. Okay. So you got to pick 3, and the teacher chose 2.
I mean, the teacher is going to pick the schools with your intention, or they just pick it up for you?
Well, they can. They can. So,
oh, wow. So if the teacher doesn't like you, just put you anywhere.
Yes, you best believe it. So, and I think she had the best intentions for me, but I remember when I came back with the schools that I wanted to go to, it was Arden and Campion. I mean, these are high GPA schools, right? Yeah. And she was just like, you're not going to any of those schools.
Why? Why did she say that?
I think, and I think it's, maybe what she was seeing in my grades. I'm not sure, but she didn't see those. So she picked 2 other lower schools for me. And I remember I went home, and I'm very close to my dad, but I went home and I told my dad, and he was like, what? So but anyways, we and then another thing is, so I observe the Sabbath, so I don't go to school on the Sabbath. But they had so at my school, she was offering Saturday classes.
Oh, so you're gonna miss it.
Yes.
Oh,
so
wow.
Saturday classes, and she basically was like, "Oh, I have to come to Saturday classes." And so here's the thing, right? And I really do believe that the things that happen to us when we're young, it shapes our
yes,
shapes us
it
for
does.
adults.
It does. Yeah.
Right. So I remember, I think I went to church that Sabbath or something, and
so you missed the class, the Saturday class.
I did miss the class.
Okay.
And I remember they were talking about. What story was it? No, it's probably Daniel and the Lion's Den or something like that. And I remember, it was just like, you put God first. Ooh, right? Wow. And so I remember when the teacher was like, you have to come to Saturday classes. My dad, I went to my dad and I was like, I don't want to go to Saturday classes. And he's like, you sure? And I said, yeah, I'm sure. And this is why I'm just like, really, like,
Oh, you were so much into God, you wanted to be in his presence.
Yes. And I remember, and it was hard. It was hard because, I had friends who did go to the Saturday classes, right? And man, I'm not even going to joke. That teacher did not make my life easy. She did not. She did not make my life easy. She did whatever she taught on Saturday. She did not teach on Monday.
Oh wow! So you missed everything.
I was missing a lot. And she was like even more just like, you are not making it to any of those schools that you applied for. Wow. But you know what? I stuck to it though.
You stuck to that negative word.
When I say stuck to the negative word, as in I stuck to like I didn't go to any of the Saturday classes.
Okay.
But because of that, my parents and my siblings, they had to help me, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy because I remember even taking when the exams came around, I had no clue what was going to happen.
Oh wow!
Like no clue, but I just know that I did my best. We studied. My parents helped me. Did
you study with your friends?
I did study with my friends, and I have to say my friends did try to help me too. But my teacher was like, she was making a point. I think she was trying to make it clear that you did not come to Saturday classes. And the truth is, she tried to offer it for free.
Oh, okay.
Like I didn't even have to pay. She just wanted me to come, and I was just like, no. And she couldn't understand it. Yeah. And I can understand, sometimes when you're convicted about something, sometimes people don't understand your conviction.
That's true.
But I was convicted that I shouldn't go to Saturday classes. Okay. So,
but did you make up? I mean, were you studying at home?
I was studying at home, but you have to understand, my father didn't pass 8th grade in high school. Okay. So like my parents did their best to help me. My siblings who were in high school by this time, they helped me too. But they're my siblings. They want to go out. They're teenagers. And I'm their younger siblings. They helped, but not the type of help that a Saturday class would have been able to help. True. Yeah. So but to make a long story short, the exam results came out now, and again, my first choice was Campion. My second choice was Arden High. And I think I went down to Queens, and then she picked for me like Tivoli and Tarrant. And Jamaicans will know that, Tivoli and Tarrant weren't necessarily your high GPA schools. And then I passed for Arden. Oh, wow. Which was the second highest. My GPA was right in line with that. And I knew that was only God, because I was set, for the fact that I didn't go to Saturday classes. It was literally a miracle.
That's true.
But
probably you were smart and God helped you to, pass the test, and probably you read something a day before and it came into the exam,
whatever it was. I say all of that to say is, that's one of my experiences in Jamaica. That's something that shaped me. Oh, wow. Right. So, after that, nobody could tell me nothing about God.
Oh, wow. You knew that God is real. Like, God is real.
You can't tell me nothing. I already know that, so that's something that has shaped me, both being as a Jamaican. Yeah. And so, and being an Arden High, I'm an, Optima. All Ardenites will know what that means. Arden High is, let me see if I remember. It's Deo Duque Quare Optima. Okay. Which is the school's motto, and it says, with God as guide, we seek the best.
Oh, wow.
Right. Wow. And it's just, all of those things. And when you hear like a school, like a school's motto being Deo Duque Quare Optima, right? With God as guide, seek the best. That just kind of gives you an idea of what it's like being a Jamaican.
Wow.
Like our schools are, it's focused on like holistic growth and holistic like teaching. Like when I came out of school, when I graduated from high school, I believe I was ready for the work world, right?
Wow.
They taught us resumes. They taught us.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's
in high
good.
school.
In
Like
high school,
17,
wow.
you're graduating, you know how to do a resume, you know how to cook, because they're cooking classes. These
Oh,
things
wow.
are mandatory.
Yeah.
You have to take at least one foreign language. So it's like, it's really like the curriculum is how do I say it? It's what's the word? It's holistic,
Okay,
right?
okay.
So it teaches you a little bit of everything. Like out of high school, you're ready to be
whoever you want to be in the future.
Yeah,
like,
you're ready
it
to
shapes you to be in the right place.
Yeah, so
Oh,
like
wow.
Jamaica is just like one of those places that, I didn't grow up anywhere else, so I can only talk about Jamaica, but
Jamaica,
it's one of those places where they're preparing you to be beneficial to society.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're preparing you to be
That's good.
a great addition to society. And Jamaicans are hard workers, right? That's because we know that, it's not just for you. You have your whole family that's sort of depending on you, and you have to make them look good, or they're going to tell you.
That's true. They're gonna tell you. They're gonna tell it to your face.
Yeah, they're gonna tell you. They're gonna be like.
Back to. I mean, you picking up the schools. Did you get to high school with your friends? Did some of your friends make it to the school you made?
No. I went to high school. Going to high school was different for me because I had to make new friends all over again. Wow. And I'm sociable, but I like my friends. But the good thing is, to even say that some of my friends who didn't. Who didn't pass for a good school, we still stayed friends.
Oh, wow. That's
right.
Good.
And so when it came around time for CXCs, so in Jamaica, CXCs is like CXCs, or I think it's called CAPE. No, I don't know. They keep changing the names of stuff. But we studied together. We all studied together, and we all had good grades.
Oh, wow.
So, it's graded from 1 through 5.
Okay.
1, 2, or 3 is pass.
Yeah.
But most of my friends, we passed with like, you take different subjects. So we passed at least 9 subjects.
Oh, wow. That's good.
So,
that's nice. And one more, I think over the course of the week, we're talking and you said something about, you didn't want to come to America.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yes.
What I say? Like, you coming from, I know Jamaica, Caribbean, and we in Africa, everybody's dying to come to.
Yeah, but you know what? You see, when
everybody wants to come to the West.
I don't know about that, because I have friends who don't want to come, and it's not to say there's anything about the US. It's just like, when you recognize you live in paradise, though, because Jamaica, like, we have summer all year long.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah,
this sweater wearing, boots wearing, leggings wearing, jacket wearing. That's not something in Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, and some of my friends, they can travel, so they'll come visit the US, but they don't want to live here.
Oh, wow. So they were like rich, like spoiled kids.
No, not my friends. They're rich, spoiled kids in Jamaica, but not my friends. We're not rich and spoiled, but we were just like, we were comfortable. We were happy with where we were. And for me, I was comfortable with where I was. I had my friends, I had my family. So out of Ardennes, I was going to go to UE. It's called University of the West Indies, the Mona campus.
Okay.
That's where I wanted to go. I wanted to be a doctor of something, but that's what I wanted to do. And I was, I was going into sixth form to then go to UE. So my dad migrated, and I'm a daddy's girl.
Okay,
right? I'm a daddy's girl. So
shout
my
out to
dad,
daddy.
yeah, shout out to daddy. My dad was like, "You're coming with me," and I'm like, but I can just go to you, and it was no questions about it. He wasn't gonna leave me. So
how about your other siblings? Did I want them to come too? Just you?
Yes, but I was the daddy's girl. I'm the closest one to him, so he had to keep me under his wing, as he would say, as close as possible. Yeah. So my siblings wanted to come too, but even like they weren't even like. How do I say it? It's like we love Jamaica, right? So again,
I mean, I've not been to Jamaica, but I hope one day I'll
visit.
go. Yeah,
it's
I see
beautiful.
it's beautiful. Like the beaches, like the waters are clean.
Yes,
wow.
I didn't know that. I'm just gonna say, for me, I didn't know that when you go to the beach, sometimes you can't see your feet in the water until I came to New York.
All right, so you came to New York. Now, can you tell us your experience? First time coming to the USA. How was the feeling?
Wow. So I have to say, the first time I came here, so I landed in August and I started school in August. So I went straight into my
you
bachelor's
just came
degree.
and then
straight to my bachelor's
wow.
degree, and for those who don't know, you can take what's that exam that you take to get into the American schools? SATs. Yes.
SAT. Oh yes.
You can
SAT,
take the SATs most of the time in your country if there's a U.S. embassy there.
Yeah.
You can take the SATs because I took the SATs in Jamaica.
Oh, even though your daddy brought you still had to take the SAT?
Well, my dad left before me and then I followed.
Okay.
But so to get into the schools, it was just easier to take the SATs. So I took the SATs in Jamaica, so I already knew which college I was going to by the time I got here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
now, let me just, to sprinkle a little knowledge in there. For some people, it depends. My dad just didn't want me to have a gap year out of school because, he's just like, and I appreciate it because I think it kept me focused longer. So I went from school to finish off school. But, I also came in as, as an international student.
Okay.
So it depends, some places you have to pay more because you're considered out-of-state student.
Yes, yeah.
So then what some people do is they'll spend a year, they'll become a resident, and then they apply for school.
Yeah. That's what I did. Yeah.
So it depends, but I just went straight into school. So I came in, I went straight to CUNY, and I started school August, right? So of course, taking the my school was in Manhattan, so I had to take
the train.
Yes, the train, that E-train from Queens.
Okay.
I got lost and I'm just not the best when it comes to directions, as you know.
Okay.
I'm not the best
what
when
happened
it comes
today,
to
right?
Yeah. I'm not the best when it comes to directions. So these trains, and then honestly, right, New York has to do something about these trains. Like, how you know which direction is north and south when you're in the train? All they have is, and then it depends on where you're going, right? Jump off the E, jump onto this next train, and it's very confusing. But anyways,
so you just switched to Jamaican accent?
Sir, it comes in and out. It depends on how comfortable I am.
But I like it, the Jamaican. I don't know, but there's something with Jamaicans, like, the language, how they say it. Is it Patois? Is that what you guys call
Patois.
it? Patois.
But it's Patois.
Okay.
Yes, it's Patois.
Before we end this, I'm going to let you speak some Patois.
It'll come out. Like, when people's like, speak what? I'm like, I can't really do it like that. But if you annoy me, it comes out real quick.
Okay. Yeah. So experience in college.
So in college, college was good. I went to John Jay College of Criminal Justice. Wonderful school. I hands down the programs there are great. I have to say one of the best CUNYs there are.
Oh yeah.
So I went to John Jay, but I'll say this, and this is my first weeks in the country. I would come home from school every day, and this is when Skype was a big thing. Yeah. I'd run home and talk to my friends on Skype.
Oh wow. Well, wait, what are you guys talking about? Ladies talk?
Anything, everything, right? I'd run home, talk to my friends on Skype, and it was great. So I didn't, the first couple of weeks, I didn't even try to make friends at college because I'm like, I have my friends at home. I don't need to make no friends here. Yeah. And then 2 weeks in, I would run home, get home, turn on the Skype call, calling them, nobody picking up.
Was it because of time difference? No? Okay.
At some points, Jamaica is like an hour ahead or an hour behind.
Okay.
Something like that. But for the most part, no, they just got lives, right? They're in college. They're going to UWI. They're going to their schools and they're meeting new friends. And I was just like, no.
Oh, wow.
So eventually I had to, I recognized after the third time of running home from Skype and nobody was there. I was like, all right. And there was no WhatsApp at that point. So there was just, I had to email them.
No Facebook
Messenger. Was there Facebook? No, even if there was, it wasn't a big thing. So we weren't really on Facebook. But I think Facebook came out soon after. Because I did go on, I got on Facebook. So after a while, I remember one day, I got back, I had a bio class. Okay. And I sat in the bio class and I was like, man, Evita, you got to make friends. I was like, you can't live like this. So I turned around and I was just like, hi. My name's Evita. What's yours?
Oh, wow. And who was that?
And it was my friend. And she was like, hi, my name is Mia.
Okay,
hi Nia, and you know Nia's still my friend to this day. I love her. And so we've been friends.
Nia is nice.
She's awesome. She's awesome, and we're still friends to this day. So you know, I'm grateful that I had that whole experience because I got to meet new friends. You know, and it's even a life lessons. You know.
So was it challenging? I mean, you've been here for the first time. The courses, the program, was it challenging? Did you find it hard?
The schooling I didn't find hard.
Okay.
The culture change was hard. And I'll tell you this. I remember when I recognized I wasn't in Jamaica anymore. Okay. I was on a bus going home, and I was on the bus and I literally heard, I think, 8 different languages going on around me. I heard Haitians. I heard probably an African country. Yeah. I heard a German lady talking. There was a French person talking, and like, you know, sometimes I think I'd been living here for like a couple of months though. Yeah. But that's when it really clicked. Like, you're not in Jamaica anymore. I was just like, wow. And when they say New York is a melting pot, it's a melting pot because there were all these different cultures, and it was different too. And then that's when I also recognized that, like, as Jamaicans and Caribbean people, we do look like other Africans, because one of the things that kept happening to me is like people just walk up to me and start speaking a different language. And I was just like, I don't understand. I was like, what are you saying? Talking about? And I remember this guy, it was somebody from John Jay too. He walked up to me, he's like, huh? You know Nigerian? I was like, no. Oh, Niger. Shout out to Harry, man. Yeah. Somebody from school, he was like, you know Nigerian? I was like, no, I'm Jamaican. I know what you're saying. We only speak English. So it was, but that happened to me so many times though. And people always think I'm Haitian or something. I'm like, well, you know, we all, you know, we close in proximity, but no, I'm just Jamaican. Okay, so back, can you tell us, how did you meet your husband? He's a nice guy. Is this something you want to talk about? I'll just drop a little hint. So I met my husband at church. Okay. And interestingly enough, so, you know, in Jamaica, we were somewhat in the same areas, but we didn't know each other. Okay. And honestly, how I was in Jamaica, we probably wouldn't have spoken. But when we met here as church. We were youth leaders in church together. Wow. And so you leaders, that's what you do? Yeah. We were youth leaders in our church. And you know, he was my best friend. Oh wow. He is my best friend, and he was in the friend zone. Okay. Oh, really? Nobody wants to be in the friend zone. How long was he in the friend zone? I don't know. He would have to say that, but I'll have to say, and I tell people this all the time, like I didn't remember, and I think he was trying to hint it before, but I was just like, I remember one day we were talking and he was just like, yeah, I'm tired of being in the friend zone. I was like, but I said to him, I was like, when you meet someone, you just gotta tell the girl right away you don't want to be in the friend zone. And he's like, Evita, I'm tired of being in the friend zone. And I was like, yeah, that's what you have to say when you meet them. Probably he was nervous, you know. It's not easy to just meet a lady on the first time and then just tell them, you know, you want to be this or that. Yeah, but I think he was trying to say that to me, but I wasn't getting it. Oh wow. Oh, he was trying to tell you, but it was through signs, giving you gifts or presents. And so I'll tell you when I realized he was serious about it. Okay. So my husband has he sings a lovely tenor, right? But he doesn't like to sing, right? Okay, yeah. So I used to sing with a group, and before, like, you know, we would always be like, hey, come, you know, sing with us. And he's like, nope. And he just, you know, when my husband says no is no. No. Oh wow. Like, there's no discussions about it. So, but I remember this one time we were about to go practice a song, and so I had stopped bothering him about practicing with us, and I was like, all right, let's go. You know, the rest of my friends, we were gonna go practice, and he was like, oh, let's go. And I was like, wait. Go where? I was like, you're coming to practice with us? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna sing. Oh, and I was just like, what happened? So at that point it clicked, and so I think later that evening I was just like, are we okay? Okay. And he was like, yeah, what do you mean? I was like, you practiced with us. I was like, you sang with us, Peter. I was like, what are we okay? He was like, yeah, we're fine. I was like, no. I'm like, what's going on with us? And he was just like, I told you, I'm tired of being in the friend zone. And at that point, I was just like, oh, I need to pray about this.
Oh,
like,
wow. What?
Like, yeah, but
this
for
21st
me,
century, which lady does that? Wow.
Yeah,
that's
but
good.
the purpose was that he was a really good friend, and I did not want to lose my friend. So I knew that if we were gonna try this, it was gonna have to lead to marriage, right?
Wow.
So if I wasn't ready for that or serious about focusing that, I didn't even want to try.
Yeah,
right.
That's good.
So, but he was very persistent, and so. Yeah.
That's good.
So yeah, we're married.
You're married? Ooh, that's nice. All right, so back to business. I know when I was doing the intro, I was saying a lot of big things like she's a loan officer, real estate, a realtor.
Yeah.
What's up? Can you tell us a little bit about your business, the realtor? How did you get into being a real estate agent?
Yeah. How do I say that? So, I think it's how most things happen in my life. My husband and I, we got married. We were looking to buy a house. We had a real estate agent, and I think, she was nice.
Okay.
It was a person that we needed for the time we needed, but being that type A person
What race was she from?
I think they were Hispanic.
It's Hispanic? Okay.
Yeah. I would think they were Hispanic, and they did. I would have to say they did the best that they could for us. But being the type A person that I am, right? I'm, detailed. And excuse me. I think what I was looking for, I needed somebody that had a wealth of knowledge, right?
Okay,
but not only just that, it was just, I also just felt like they weren't really like meeting what we were looking for.
Okay.
Right. But I have to say they did a good job. Right. And we were able to work together to find the house. But while my husband and I were going through that process, I started seeing some disparities.
Oh, wow.
Right. I started recognizing that people that looked like me
they
weren't really in the field.
Okay.
And then on top of that, as I started learning more, I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me about this? Right. So I started seeing some disparities there, and I wanted to make sure that our people right were getting the best representation when it came to real estate. And so I started off with real estate. I became a loan officer, and I liked it, but I also, I'm a numbers person. I've always said that I'm a numbers person. I'm a numbers person, and that's how I kind of transitioned into the loan officer. Because it's great to have a good real estate agent, but then I started recognizing like you can have a good agent, but if you don't have a good loan officer, right? And I will always tell this, speak to a loan officer.
So before you get a house, you after getting a real estate agent, you still need a loan officer?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
really?
So one of these days we'll have to get into a whole episode where I can talk about the whole home buying process. But I'll just give a commercial here. You want to start with a loan officer.
Okay.
Because most real estate agents is going to ask you for a pre-approval letter.
Okay.
And rightfully so, right? Your pre-approval is going to tell you how much you can afford. And you want to start there first. Like, I would tell anybody, if you remember nothing that I've said in this podcast, don't start looking at houses if you don't know how much you can afford. Because you're gonna, buying a house is an emotional process.
Yeah, it is.
You don't want to start falling in love with these expensive houses when you can't afford it.
Wow.
Right? It's not, you just don't want to put yourself in that situation. So you want to start off with what you can afford. I would say, meet with your loan officer 3 to 6 months before you even start looking for a house.
Oh, okay.
So they can tell you what you can afford and you can be a realistic, or maybe they, if they're telling you this is what you can afford and that's not what you want, you can then, okay, let's come up with a plan to be able to get you to what you want. Right?
Yeah.
So that was I guess an infomercial.
I was like, can you tell us about your business? I know you have a business that you're doing.
Yeah. So that's another thing. So like, what my husband and I, we do is we also, going from, life is a journey. So going from, real estate, my husband is in real estate. He's still, that's his strong point. I'm the loan officer. And one of the other things we do is I recognize that some people even need more help. We recognize that some people needed more help beyond just the loan officer. So we started a business. And this is something that the Lord literally placed on our hearts. It's called Storehouse Consulting. And what we do is we educate families of all sizes on the biblical financial principles.
Oh, wow.
And that's because, a lot of times as believers, we think, we we have this weird look towards money and finances.
Oh, that's true.
Right?
Ooh.
And there's two extremes.
Yeah.
There's two extremes,
Extreme.
right?
Ooh.
There's the God is gonna provide you abundantly. You're gonna have everything you need, and and all you have to do is throw offering at church, right? Yeah, that's all you have to do.
It doesn't happen like that.
And then you have the other group of people who are just like, oh, I don't need money. Money is nothing. I'm just gonna stay focused on the Bible. And nothing else. And
which is wrong on our part.
Yeah. So it's to understand, and this is what I say, right? The Lord is never gonna give us more than we can bear.
That's true.
And that includes money.
That's deep.
So if we don't understand how to use what we have now, why do you think the Lord going to give us more? Right?
That's deep.
And it's responsibility, right? We are stewards. And if we are not
a good steward.
Exactly, right? You remember the story of the talents. If you can't use one talent, why he gonna give you 4 more, right? You have to be able to use the talent you have. And, sometimes it's come through education. Sometimes it comes through trust. So that's all it's saying, all of that to say, that's how Storehouse came on our heart to do. And it's really just, we just want to educate people on finances and for it to not be a burden, or when you think about how you spend your money, for you to be overwhelmed, right? But for you to have peace, right? And that's what the Lord wants us to do. He wants us to prosper and be in good health. But, that comes with education. Faith without works is dead. If you're not trying to educate yourself on how to use the little bit that you have, you ain't gonna, if you get more, it would be to your detriment.
That's true.
So,
Ladies and gentlemen, believe me, I'm enjoying this show. Right now. So please make sure you subscribe on Facebook and on YouTube, the SocialPath. All right. So I have with me Miss Evita. She said a lot. I'm enjoying the conversation, and I know you are too as well. All right. So she's a part of this SocialPath. You're gonna see Miss Evita as often as possible. We have so many things to talk about. All right. So Miss Evita, quick one. Do you want to put your contact information? The business, if anybody want to reach out.
Sure.
You, if that's okay with you, your social media handles.
Yes, I will have to put that. We'll have to put that in the description. I don't remember those things off the top of my head.
Okay,
yes,
that's fine.
My husband is much better at that than I am.
That's fine. So guys, last week I was stuck on the highway and I was looking for a tow truck. All right. So I went through Google and I met this Christian guy. His name is Mr. Scott. All right. He helped me out. He gave me a great discount. And now he's part of the show. So please, if you need tow assistance, you need tow truck, please get in touch with Pitbull Towing Company. All right. And his number is 631-255-8335. All right. Call him out and he will give you a discount. He will help you out wherever you are. All right. So guys, my name is Sam. I have Miss Evita. Miss Evita, do you want to say something to your friends? Please, I want the Patois. Tell your friends something. Shout out to your friend, your family in Jamaica, Patois. Wagwan. What I say? Did I say right?
You're almost there. It's actually I think if you're Ghanaian, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If you just do it in your Ghanaian accent,
Jamaicans are from Ghana.
I think so. I think most Jamaicans are from Ghana or Nigeria or one of those places. But so
shout out to your friends.
Shout out to my friends.
In Patois.
In Patois.
Yeah.
It's hard to just switch it on. But,
should I get you mad?
No, so you just have to say Wagwan.
Wagwan.
Yeah, man.
Wadiapan.
Wait.
Did I say it right?
So you just, you have to take the New Yorker out of it. So Wedapan.
Oh, Wedapan.
And it's Wagwan. Yeah.
Wedapan.
And it's so if you're a Jamaican, you're Yadi.
Oh, wow. What is that?
Man.
Oh, yeah, man. Like responding? Okay.
No. So Yadi means you're from the yard.
Okay.
But we don't say yard. We say Yadi.
Yadi.
Yeah, nice. Yard man.
Oh, wow. All right, shout out to them. Let's close this out.
Yes. But this was great. Thank you so much for inviting me. I had fun. I didn't know I could talk so much. But it's great. Also because, I have a lot to say. And, as we have to encourage each other. And I want to encourage you
Wow.
2, you're doing great. This is a great cause.
Yeah.
And we need to have more discussions like this for our people.
Yeah.
And just for anyone also, you know, even though I keep saying our people, is because, you know, we have a focus, but anyone who needs the information, it's there. It's there for us to share and to learn, and so we can uplift each other as a community and just, you know, as friends, right?
Yeah.
Because no man is an island.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh,
we
yeah.
have to encourage and help each other.
Yes.
And that's the only way we grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's nice. So shout
that
out.
is my little piece.
No,
Shout
in
out.
Patois. Please, I still need that in Patois.
Patois, like how you shout out in Patois?
Your friends like, Wagwan, like, how are you? Greetings to you. You know, thanks for watching. Like something in Jamaica.
Greetings from you. So like big up to all of the people.
And you can tell them to subscribe. You know, something in Patois.
Yes. He's making me laugh. So in Jamaica they used to have these things from greetings from abroad.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to do one.
Yeah.
But they were never in where I was. Okay. So it's like greetings from like they used to do it for the people in England. But okay, so from New York, who am I supposed to say greetings to?
Anybody. You can tell your family, they can friends, they can subscribe, watch, whatever.
I don't know. I don't do this.
Sorry for putting you on the spot.
I'll just tell my friends. I'll just send them the link. I'm say, yeah, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Yes. That's it.
That's it.
No, but I want you to say it again. Let's get it one more time. Yeah, you can look into the camera.
Oh, that camera.
Yes.
Okay, so it says make sure you subscribe. Like and subscribe
to the social
right now, today. Do it now. You see the red button? You see the red button? Click the red button.
That was good. All right, guys, you know what? I love this show. I love this episode. So please make sure you subscribe to your friends, your family. Shout outs to everybody. Shout outs to our new subscribers. All right, I've been seeing all the comments. We are grateful. Please bring in all these comments. You know, if you have any topics you want us to discuss, you have any thoughts, anything, just bring it on board. This platform is for everybody. All right, everybody, every gender, every race. Very soon I'm gonna have 4 chairs. I just got new 4 chairs, so it's gonna be a whole lot of crew coming here. Friends, we're gonna sit down and talk about everything. We love you. Stay blessed.